Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now today is a very special episode because I am welcoming an actress that I have adored for a long time, and I can't believe I'm interviewing her today. It's going to be so awesome. Ann Ryerson. You may remember her. She was Katie the Paintballer in Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives, but she has a huge career beyond that. She was at Second City with so many greats back in the mid-70s. She was in Caddyshack. She's the girl with the Baby Ruth bar. And she was on the series version of Private Benjamin that didn't last long. And she's got just so many great credits. And I'm going to have her on today to talk about all that stuff. And I can't wait. I've been a huge fan of her for so long. She is just awesome. So, here is my interview with Ann Ryerson.
There you are.
Hey, Ann.
Hey, Tommy. I've been waiting for you since 12, and I finally thought, well, I'm going to go look at my computer and see what's up.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah. Well, here we are.
How are you today?
I'm good. I've been waiting, so I'm ready. I'm good, thank you. And you?
I am great. This is such an honor. I've adored you forever, and I appreciate you taking the time today.
Oh, well, I don't believe you did adore me forever, but thank you.
Oh, just you wait.
And what is your background in show business? Are you a fan, or are you an actor yourself, or a writer, director?
All of the above. I'm trying to be everything now. I'm finally pursuing the business after my car accident 4 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That was the best thing that ever happened to me. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking to you right now.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm sorry about the accident, though.
It's okay. So, going back in time, did you fall in love with performing early on?
Well, I was probably a performer, in a certain way from the time I was young, because I mimicked people. I could mimic people really well, even as a very, very young child. It used to make my mother laugh really hard. My son does the same thing with me, makes me laugh hard, because, so in a certain way, I guess I was a performer, even very young, and I took piano lessons from the time I was 5. I sang in the church choir starting when I was in 4th grade. I performed at my 6th grade graduation, in a tiny suburb of Minneapolis, Minnesota. So I think I've kind of been performing most of my life.
Really? Who'd you imitate?
Neighbors, anybody that, I just remember one time doing my neighbor, and my mother was just on the ground laughing. I just have always done that, and I think I've always been an observer. I'm not a very, very flashy person in person. I'm kind of quiet, and I'm watching other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've interviewed a lot of actors from Minnesota. It seems like it's a good little town to start acting in theater.
Well, and also I'm a big believer, do whatever you can in anything. I mean, I also remember being in a church play doing the 7 deadly sins. Are there 6 or 7? I've forgotten. But, I did things in church, I did things in school, and it wasn't a big deal. There was just you just did it. I mean, you wouldn't have to be an actor, you weren't a professional. And then I also remember taking a class after school, and I'm telling you, I was in a tiny suburb of Minneapolis, Minnesota, but I remember that you walked like an old person. And then, just all those kind of rudimentary acting things I did even in grade school. But I think a lot of people did that then. That it was not so unusual. Like I said, it was not like you were destined to be an actress or a performer when you did that when you were young. It was just something that we all did. And then I did it in high school. I was in high school plays. I was in a big high school, Edina High School, which is a suburb of Minneapolis. It's big. And then when I got into college, I'm a journalism major, but I did take acting, a few acting classes at Northwestern University where I went, and they changed my life because I remember one of the classes was, I can remember my teacher, whose name was Hendricks. He was a fabulous man. We had to observe using your senses, and every day you had to write a journal like, I saw, I smelled, I touched, and with one of your senses. It all had to be a sensory diary, and it completely changed how I viewed the world. That class literally changed me, and that was just an introduction to acting class. So, and I've always taken dance my whole life. I'm just such a huge I'm really like, I'm such a not good dancer. I'm so big.
Oh.
I've always taken dance pretty much my whole life, and I've sung my whole life too.
Oh, I'm a bad dancer too, and I sing karaoke.
Well, good. What's your favorite song?
I got so many. My best, I sing the Beatles songs the best.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So did that lead to Dudley Riggs?
Well, right. Dudley Riggs is in Minneapolis, and I had graduated from college, and I actually tried to get a job with the Minneapolis Star and Tribune, and they talked about me quitting and having babies, and I was really stunned. This is in 1971. I was really stunned to have that conversation brought up. At Northwestern University, we just didn't talk or think that way.
Yeah.
And so it didn't look like I was going to get a job there. And I think I was probably a pretty good reporter. But then I interviewed with a PR firm. And at about the same time, I went and saw a show at Dudley Riggs' Brave New Workshop. And I remember looking at it and thinking, oh, I could do that. and then there was a notice on their bulletin board that they were having auditions for, I really think for a workshop. But you didn't have to pay for it. It was just a workshop. And I auditioned for that after seeing the show. And I can still remember, I drew the slip Norman Mailer in The Feminist, and I had to create a story about it just by myself, me, and act it out, by the way, too. Luckily, I had been writing a piece for a magazine about a feminist, a very silly, funny feminist, and it just completely translated into this, slip of paper that I drew out. And I got cast, and 3 weeks later, in this workshop, they said, we're going to start a second company at Dudley Riggs, and we would like you 5 to be in it, and they named 5 of us. And in 3 weeks, we developed material, and we opened a show. So from the time I joined the workshop to the time I started on stage with 6 weeks, we did 9 shows a week, and I earned $75 a week.
Wow. That was a lot.
I know, that's fast, isn't it?
Yeah, that was a lot in those days, too.
Well, not really, but it was enough. I think the rent in the place was $150, so my roommate paid half, and I paid the other half. It wasn't really, enough. You weren't rich, but you at least got to pay rent, right, and buy food.
Yeah. And that's where you realized you were funny, and that's what led to Second City.
Well, not really. I think probably I realized I was funny in high school because I did a decent amount of high school. I don't think of myself necessarily as terribly funny. I think of myself as an actress who can be funny. But Dudley Riggs is based on improvisation. And in fact, Del Close came and taught a workshop at Dudley Riggs, and this was in 1971. So this was really early, Del Close. He had just come from the committee in San Francisco. He's pretty well known in the improv world.
Right.
Yeah. And so we didn't focus so much at Dudley Riggs at trying to be funny. We focused on physical comedy a lot. about acting things out with our bodies and moving the action along. We didn't think of trying to tell jokes. Then I went and saw Second City in Chicago. I'd seen Second City while I was in college, by the way. Mm-hmm. And I went back, and I just happened to be there. I said, some of the people from Second City had seen our show at Dudley Riggs and gotten in for free. So I thought, oh, I'm in Chicago visiting my boyfriend. I'm going to see if I can see the Second City show for free. And they said, yes, would you like to come tonight? And I said, I'd love to. And then I said, by the way, how do you audition to be in your company? And they said, would you like to audition tonight after the show? That is honest to God how fast it was. I mean, the chances of that happening now.
Oh,
yeah. Insanely slim.
Yeah.
Right. So how I got into Dudley Riggs was crazy lucky, if you think about it. And then how I got into Second City, that was very fortunate also. Now, I didn't get cast immediately.
Mm-hmm.
I cast another person. Instead, I won't name her name because I don't want her to feel bad. But 3 weeks after she was doing it, they said, the cast said, no, we want that other girl back. Because I knew improvisation, right? I wasn't an actress. I was an improviser. So I did so, and that's how I got started in Second City. Second City was a very different style in that it was much more joke-telling, at least at the time. I'm just going to say it was much more, it was a very different style. It was like, like you go to play the game of baseball, but maybe in Japan they play it differently or something. It was improvisation, but it was a different form than I was accustomed to, a different style. And I can't say that I particularly excelled at it in Second City, at least for the first 6 months. I really didn't. Nowadays, they would never allow you to go that long and be such a neutral presence. I think I was a good team player. I was a good support player, but I don't think I was particularly great. But people like John Belushi liked me because I was a good team player and I could support him. Do you know what I mean? He was a star at the time. He didn't need me competing to be funny, but I could really set him up and be real, and that's kind of what I did.
Did you know you were part of this comedy revolution of irreverence and political incorrectness at the time?
No. You just go in and you do the work. No, you don't think about your legacy or anything particularly when you're doing it. Because at Dudley Riggs, I did 9 shows a week. That's 6 days. That means that Dudley Riggs, we did 2 shows on Friday and 3 on Saturday, including a midnight show. At Second City, we did 8 shows a week, 2 on Friday and 2 on Saturday. We improvised every night except Saturday night. Right? Oh, terrible. I can't remember. One of those nights we didn't improvise, but we improvised after the set every time. Second City became more popular after Saturday Night Live began.
Right.
And I remember being backstage watching the earliest Saturday Night Live episodes, and my friends were on it, right? So it was pretty exciting because I'd been at the company with John Belushi. And we were just thrilled and excited for them. And so that changed the popularity of the Second City Company in Chicago. More people started to come to see the shows. Before that, the audiences weren't always big at the Second City in Chicago. After Saturday Night Live began, and then SCTV, the popularity of Second City increased to the point where they sell out all the time. But it wasn't always like that in the early 70s.
Yeah, I mean, just like with the Groundlings in L.A., it was something so unique and groundbreaking at that time.
Was it? Did you go see them? Or were you a part of it?
Oh, no. I just, I'm such a historian of comedy. Everything I've learned, from interviewing people and everything I've read in hindsight, I mean, it was just, phenomenal from what I've gathered.
Well, when we did it in Chicago, and don't forget that was the early 70s, and I was doing it in Minnesota in 1971, Second City began in 1959. Dudley Riggs actually began, believe it or not, just before Second City. But and I think David Shepard never gets enough credit for helping start Second City in Chicago and his groundbreaking work. He with Paul Sills and Howard Hall really started the Second City, and then later Bernie Solins came in and helped produce it. But when we were in Second City, we were aware of the proposition in Boston. We were aware of the committee in San Francisco.
Right.
And then there was Dudley Riggs, and there was Second City, one company. That's it. One company in Chicago, and that was about it. Honestly, there was nothing. The committee, proposition, Dudley Riggs, and the Second City. Then, of course, Second City opened a second company up in Toronto, and I got to be there for the opening of that. So fun. and everything started to kind of explode. You know what I mean? Now it's so... It's like the letter V, and we were the bottom of the V. There was really not much going on at that time. So were we aware of groundbreaking? Not really, because really it was hard work, and we were concentrating and trying to make it work. You know, you were working. No, there was not a big self-awareness that we were part of a big movement. Maybe later that happened, you know, but because a lot of famous people came around to Second City. I remember Frank Zappa and going out with him, John Cassavetes and his wife Jenna Rollins, Jack Lemmon,
wow,
Arnie, Peter Cook and Dudley Moore stopped. You know, anybody who was in town.
Wow.
Always stopped by the Second City because we were about the only game in town. And then we would all go out with them afterwards. It was so much fun.
Wow.
Oh, I could probably think of more people, but yeah, it was. Now that didn't happen much at Dudley Riggs. Dudley Riggs was a more alternative form of improv in a way. Remember I told you I joined a workshop there, and 3 weeks later they said, you guys are forming a company. In 3 weeks we opened a show. Now one of those 5 people in my company was Tom Davis, who was Al Franken's partner.
Right.
Franken and Davis, because Franken and Davis came from Minneapolis. And so but we developed that show through using what is now called the long form. We did long form improvs, and it was kind of like stream of consciousness melding in and out of things. And then our director was sitting aside and would write down ideas that he thought might be good to develop into the show. So to have a brand new improv company, 5 people develop a show and be professionally and have it open in 3 weeks is pretty amazing. But I also remember that 3 weeks into that's so weird, all these things happen in 3 weeks, they said we're going to start doing an improv after the show. And I really was terrified because we had not ever done it for an audience before, ever. And this would be 1971. It was probably 1971. It was probably the fall of 1971. And it was, I remember I was scared. I was really nervous. And I can even remember the first suggestion we got was bucket seats. And we did like a 20-minute improv, free-form, long-form, I'm going to say improv on it. Del Close had introduced that form to us. So that's the form we used. But I was quite terrified the first time I did it.
Wow.
Nowadays, of course, the improvisers are so well prepared. They've done so much background practicing, you know what I mean? But because we were kind of flying by the seat of our pants, it was not the case back then.
Yeah. Who was there overall during that time?
You mean Dudley Riggs or Second City?
At Second City.
Oh. Well, because I was at Second City in 72 and 73, then they fired me, then they rehired me in 75, and then I was there in 75 and half of 76. I was with various companies. So in the first company, it would be, I improvised with Tim Fisher, Jim Stahl, David Rashi, Joe O'Flaherty, Harold Ramis, John Belushi. I started out with Eugenie Ross Lemming, And I had replaced a woman named Judy Morgan. She was just phenomenal, by the way, as a sketch writer.
I heard. Yeah.
Oh my God, Judy Morgan she was something else. She created some of the greatest sketches ever at Second City. So that would be primarily the first company. Oh, and then Bill Murray. I'm sorry, Bill came at the end of that company too. And Brian Doyle Murray I was with too.
Right.
I later did Caddyshack with those guys. The second company I was with, my best friend Miriam Flynn. Miriam is still my best.
Oh, she is awesome.
Oh yeah, in every way. Yeah, she's my best friend. So Miriam and writers like Bert Rich and Will Aldous, who became Miriam's husband, and Eric Boardman. Did I mention John Candy in the first group? I don't think I did.
No.
Yes. Oh yeah. John Candy also. That was in that first group. The second group, in the second group, I replaced Betty Thomas, who of course went on to Hill Street Blues and then directing many movies. She's a big female director.
Right.
So I think that's. I mean, there was others also, of course, many wonderful people. Mainly, a lot of people became writers, and were not so famous as performers and actors. But Second City was like being, more so even than Dudley Riggs, Second City was like being in a fraternity/sorority. When you were part of that group, I mean, you're a part of that group for life, and they really take care of you, and you are really feel like you're part of something special. Always. Yeah.
Was Shelley Long there?
Shelley Long took my place when I left.
Oh, okay.
Shelley Long was my college roommate.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Shelley Long was my college roommate, and I actually brought her. I actually stopped her on campus. She would tell you the same story. And I said, have you ever considered modeling? Because I was modeling at the time. And she said, not really. And I said, because Marshall Fields, the store at the time, was looking for junior models. And I said, I think you'd be just perfect for it. And so I took her down to my agent, Shirley Hamilton. And Shelley started a very, very big career in commercials. She did on-camera commercials for a furniture store in Chicago and made a lot of money from it. And Shelley consequently dropped out of college and just devoted herself full-time to her career. So I know Shelley very well. When I was leaving the Second City in 1976, I let Shelley know it, and she took over my place. Oh.
Yeah, I remember that character she used to play, where she's got like a summertime hat on and sunglasses, and she's like, I remember she was on SCTV playing the character once, and she was like hosting a talk show, and she was like, "Today we are going to talk about outie belly buttons."
Really, Shelley Long did that? Are you sure?
Yeah, I swear.
Yeah, because that sounds more like Catherine O'Hara, but. I didn't know that Shelley ever did a CTV. You sure about that?
It was just the guest star thing.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, Shelley has some zany characters, and of course, I think Shelley's one of the best actresses.
Yeah.
For a long time, I thought she was one of the best actresses on the planet. I think she's very good, and I loved the way she approached her work as an actress. Always, she had a really good technique. And she worked very hard, and she did things, like Cheers. She was phenomenal on Cheers, and all the movies she did, like one with Bette Midler, and
Outrageous Fortune,
and The Money Pit with Tom Hanks.
I love that movie.
Yeah, I know, fantastic. I mean, she did such great stuff. Yeah, and I've known Shelley, like I said, since my college days. I was probably maybe 18 and a half.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So,
we're still in touch, obviously, Shelley and Miriam and I.
Oh, nice. So, what year did you move to L.A.?
1978. Coincidentally, Shelley and I moved to L.A. literally on the same day. She drove cross country, I flew, but we arrived here on the same day. So, yeah, and Miriam came not long after that. So we knew a lot of people from Chicago who were here. Do you know what I mean? This was like, it wasn't like we were coming to a completely foreign land when we came here. Even Brandon Tartikoff, who was the head of NBC, had been in Chicago before that, knew of our work already, which was really wonderful, you know?
Oh, yeah.
You didn't always have to start over at ground zero.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
And I came because I had an agent in Chicago. And I had done a lot of on-camera TV stuff for the public broadcasting channel in Chicago. We've done a lot of work on camera. I did a lot of radio work in Chicago. I did it in Second City. And I just thought, you know what? She said, I've got an agent out of Los Angeles. I'd like you to go meet him. So I just said, well, I'll come out here. And within my first week, I got a small part on a show called CPO Sharky, starring Don
Rickles.
Don Rickles and Peter Isaacson, playing Peter Isaacson's girlfriend. So that's what. So I just thought, you know, I'm ready for change. I'm going to stay out here. So I moved out here in January of '78.
Nice. And three of your earliest movies, you got to work with the legendary Robert Altman.
Yep. And I'm trying to think. But you see, I met Bob while I still was living in Chicago. I was done with the Second City, but I was in another company called the Reification Company, which had Tom Tully in it, Rob Riley, Danny Breen, Noni Newton, Norman, what's the last name? A lot of very, very good people. Beth Jacoby, I'm still not even naming all of them. But we performed at a place called Sylvester's, a very seedy bar on Lincoln Avenue. But, geez, this was a good group. They were just amazing. And my picture was submitted while I still lived in Chicago, and they interviewed me in Chicago, Robert Altman's assistant. And then Robert Altman came to see me in the Reification Company. At the time, for some reason, we were performing at the Bicycle Club in Chicago near Rush Street. And I do remember that I improvised a blues song, you know, make a song, as we called it, with a gigantic 6'6" black guy named Jimmy Spinks. And it really brought down the house. So that was pretty nerve-wracking, improvising with knowing Robert Altman was in the audience. You know what I mean? It's hard not to be self-conscious.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I got cast in that while I was still in Chicago, and I did a wedding while I still lived in Chicago. Then I moved out to Los Angeles, and then he cast me in A Perfect Couple, and I know that was 1978 because I filmed some of it here, and then I would run back because I was getting married in Chicago, and then I'd run back here, and then I also did Health right after that. And we did that in Florida.
Yeah, I've seen The Wedding. I like that movie.
Yeah, that's a good movie. A lot of huge stars in that movie, huh? You know what he cast a lot of in that movie? Children of stars.
Oh, yeah.
Desi Arnaz Jr., Geraldine Chaplin.
Yeah.
Even Mia Farrow was, you know, her mother was very famous. And, you know, he cast a lot of children of very famous people, which I thought was kind of interesting. Anyway, believe me when I tell you that we had a good time in that movie. Believe me. It was unbelievably fun. Unbelievably fun. And I'm still friends with some of those people from that movie now.
Oh, that's great.
We were all young, you know. We were young and having a ball.
I like those little ensemble movies he did.
Yeah, well, he made you feel like you were as special as any of the stars. He treated everybody equally. He really believed in an ensemble.
Oh, yeah, I heard he was always open to suggestions and all that stuff. He was very generous as a director. Very
generous. Afterwards, you look at the movie and think, oh, I kind of look like a fool. But you never felt like that when you were shooting it. He always made you feel special. He really did. Everybody. He was an amazing, wonderful man. Oh, I Amazing. I probably would have even done Popeye with him, but I was pregnant at the time.
Oh.
Yeah, thank you. God, I didn't do that movie because I would have been in Malta 6 months pregnant, I would have been, it took 6 months to make that movie. They were really isolated in Malta while they were making that.
Yeah. Now comes the immortal classic Caddyshack, one of my favorite comedies of all time.
Yes, it should be. It's wonderful. It is wonderful. And of course, Brian Doyle Murray really was the impetus of that story. He and his brothers were caddies in the suburbs of Chicago, and he collaborated, of course, with Harold Ramis and now I'm blanking. Is it Chris Miller?
Yeah.
On that, I don't want all these Chris's.
I think it was Brian Doyle Murray, Harold Ramis, and Doug Kenny.
Oh, Doug. Oh, I'm sorry. Chris Miller was on Animal House. I was a huge fan of Animal House. I still
Me too.
One of the greatest comedies of all time.
Oh, I think it's the best comedy that will ever be made.
And, so when they were doing Caddyshack, I really wanted to be in it. I really did.
Mm-hmm.
And, Harold was my friend. I was in the second city with him. And I was friends with he and his wife, and I'd known him forever. So he cast me in that. I ended up just having a small part, but I sure had fun. Woo, did we have fun?
Yeah.
It was a major party every night.
Yeah, my God. Just all the antics I heard that happened and stuff on that movie. Like, my favorite story is the one Harold Ramis told in one of the documentaries that Ted Knight accused Rodney of taking a stinky dump in his trailer. And then, as it turned out, it was Chevy who did it.
Oh, my God. Oh, I never heard that story ever, nor did I ever know that on set.
Yeah.
But Ted Knight was just really an incredible person. He was, so handsome and brought such a vivacity to his role. I just thought, I think everybody was incredible in Caddyshack. Everybody, Rodney,
Yeah.
Ted Knight, Chevy, Bill Murray, amazing Bill Murray, Cindy Morgan, and
Yeah.
and also why am I blanking on her name? The young girl in it.
Sarah Holcomb?
Yes, Sarah Holcomb. Yes. And Brian Doyle Murray was incredible. Everybody was incredible in that movie. Incredible.
Yeah, I got to interview Cindy Morgan. She's a sweetheart.
Yes, she's very sweet. Uh-huh.
I love when Rodney turns on the Journey song and everyone starts dancing. You and Wang are like bopping each other's butts.
I know. And Wing, of course, was a doctor. He wasn't an actor at all.
Yeah.
Which is why you see him completely break up when Rodney and he are shopping in the golf shop. And he says, "Hey, Wang, you have a spin," whatever he says to him. It's just, Wang just laughed, because Rodney was so funny. It wasn't like he wasn't an actor. He was adorable. He was fun to hang around with. But that was Harold's first directing movie. They gave that to him kind of as a prize for Animal House because he and Doug and Chris didn't make much money for selling their script in Animal House. In fact, I have to know how much it was. It was a very low amount that they got in Animal House. They were complete unknowns.
Yeah.
But the huge success of it, Harold got to direct and Doug produced. So, Harold got a very experienced camera director of photography for Caddyshack because he needed somebody who really knew what they were doing, right?
Right.
Yeah, because he'd not directed a movie before. But Harold Ramis, of course, was a complete genius anyway. Oh, my God.
Oh, he was great. I might be interviewing his daughter soon.
Oh, Violet?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Harold Ramis was, because I was in the second city with him, that would be in 1972 and 1973.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remained friends with him. I don't even know what year did we do Caddyshack, do you know?
At the end of 79.
Oh,
That came out in summer of '80.
Oh, okay. So it's 79. So, and I used to, and Harold used to bring violets and lived over to my house as a baby. So, I mean, I saw them a lot socially. Second City people tended to hang together, even out here.
Mm-hmm.
Because we knew each other. And when you're on stage and you have no words to hang on and you're hanging on to each other, you get to know each other pretty well. And, of course, we were not as experienced in improv in those days as people are now.
Mm-hmm.
Much more sophisticated and experienced in improv than we were in those days.
Yeah. Did you have fun?
George, I forgot to say that George Wendt was in my second company. And George, of course, loves to talk about us being booed off the stage in one improv. I think I recommended Miss Pregnant USA at the time. The audiences didn't like it. We did it, but the audiences didn't like it. So there you go. Nowadays, of course, it would fly. Whoa, they would have that. But at that time, they didn't like it.
I met George once. Really nice guy.
And then, of course, I knew his wife, Bernadette.
Mm-hmm.
I knew her a lot. Yeah. A lot of all these people, we are almost strangely like brothers and sisters to each other because we've known each other so long and we went through so much together in those early days. It's very bonding.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all think highly of each other, and we sometimes have get-togethers too. Sex videos, reunions, and then there'll be parties out here, that we'll go to and see each other. And Fred Pass, our beloved piano player at Second City, we used to, gather around each other. And of course now, unfortunately, we're going to memorials for each other.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the fact.
Did you have fun taking off D'Annunzio's swim trunks under the water?
Well, here's the story on that. The stunt double did that.
Oh.
Yep. I didn't actually do that part because, for whatever reason, they had a stunt double do it.
I was going to say lucky girl because he had a nice ass.
He and I are Facebook friends, Peter Burkrot and I. And that's what you're talking about, right? Peter Burkrot?
Yeah.
And I hung around with him a lot on Caddyshack. Oh my God, he was so cute and so fun. But I also hung around a lot with Hamilton, who played the big goofy guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Spalding.
Yeah, but I didn't actually pull D'Annunzio's pants off. The stunt double did. Sorry if that makes you sad, but it is the truth.
It's okay.
That's movies, darling. It was fun.
I was curious.
I thought the water belly was so much fun. That because we got to be there, of course, and see it. Oh, the water belly was hilarious to watch being filmed.
Yeah. That pool scene has just become so infamous because of that Baby Ruth bar.
Oh yes, exactly, and and my sister's name was Ruth, so I love that. And Minerva, by the way, the one who played the younger caddy, one who takes off her hat and has all the hair.
Yeah.
She was very young at the time. I think her grandfather might have been the head of the Teamsters on that show. But Minerva was extremely beautiful, even as a young child. And I said, I really want you to keep in touch with me. I'm just dying to see what happens to you and what you look like because she was so pretty.
Yeah.
Pretty and so nice. Yeah. She was a scrawny little kid when she was on the show, but you could tell she was going to be a raving beauty.
Yeah. Then you did the short-lived Private Benjamin TV series.
It was short-lived, but one thing that's strange about, and there's a couple interesting stories about Private Benjamin, in that that was the day before cell phones. Some people had pagers. I never had one. It was you had an answering service on your home phone. That was it when I got cast in that show.
Yeah.
And strangely enough, that particular day, I went to a callback for MASH. And I was supposed to play the accordion, which I'd done, by the way, in the Second City show, so I knew how to play the accordion and sing a song.
Mm-hmm.
I'd already been cast in MASH previously as a stuttering Bostonian, by the way. So I had done that, but that was only a voiceover. So this time I was going to play the accordion and sing. So I was going to a callback, and my agent, I was at home. Waiting to go, because I was a Hollywood sign, I was waiting to go to 20th Century Fox. And I got a call at home saying, could you make an audition at 2 o'clock today at Warner Brothers?
Mm-hmm.
So I could, if you could move my appointment, my other, the callback from MASH, which is at 20th Century Fox in completely another part of town. I can't even remember if I wanted it earlier or later. I said, if you could move that, I could. So I think they said, if they like you for Private Benjamin, they're going to want you to go in front of network tonight. Don't you think the story of my life is like the hair of my chinny chin chin?
Yeah.
And had I not been home and gotten that phone call, you see, I'm saying that things didn't happen like with cell phones now. They couldn't track you down, really. So I went to the audition at Warner Brothers. I could kind of liked me. That was good. And then I went down to 20th Century Fox, did the MASH callback. This was going to be a 2-part episode, by the way, playing the accordion singing. And then I went to the pay phone and called my agent. They said, they want to see you tonight. You're going to network tonight. So I went out and bought an outfit because I really didn't have anything that I thought looked kind of appropriate for that character. And I went from the 20th Century Fox one, I went to CBS and did the audition for Private Benjamin. And I did it, there was 3 of us there for that particular role. And I started work the next morning. The next morning, I started working on a TV series.
Wow. Wow.
So it happened that I got the call on a Wednesday, and I started work on a Thursday.
Wow. And I interviewed Lucy Webb, nice lady.
Uh-huh. Yes. Yeah, Lucy's cute. She's very cute. She was cute on that show.
Yeah.
What I think is amazing about how fast that Private Benjamin thing fell together. Oh, by the way, I also got the 2-part episode of MASH. We had to turn it down.
Oh.
We were shooting at the same time.
Wow.
So, I had to turn that down. But I made more money on Private Benjamin than anything else I've ever done. And I got it literally overnight. I got the call on a Wednesday at about 11 o'clock in the morning, and I started working the next morning on the TV series. So what happened with that show that was very unusual is that generally a show went on for 5 seasons and then got put into syndication.
Nice.
What was highly unusual about Private Benjamin is we did kind of a pilot series. We did 5 episodes out of 7. They bought it after 5. We paid for all 7. And then we were picked up for the fall. And we did 13 of them in the fall. Then they fired the producers, changed the producers, and there was 9 more done. And then after that, a couple more were done in the fall the next year. So that's all we did total. It ran forever in syndication. We made so much money. In syndication those days, you got 100% of your original weekly salary. 100% when it played the first time, 50% the next time, 25% the third. We got down to, they played those over and over in syndication. And highly unusual because, like I said, we did 5 pilot episodes. We did 13 in the fall. We did 9 in the spring, so that's 22. And then the following fall, I was not on the series. I was pregnant. I was not picked up. I was pregnant. And then Ivan Brennan was in an auto accident, and so they only did the 13 of the fall or whatever it was, and then they stopped it. So that they didn't even do a full 2 years in that show, and yet went into syndication and played over and over and over again.
Wow.
So I feel very fortunate about money off of it. I'm going to be really honest. And it was fun. You know, it was really fun.
Yeah.
To shoot, oh my God. But they did keep changing the producers on us, which is strange. The producers who shot the original 5 pilot episodes, they replaced them in the fall with the people who had been the producers on the I Love Lucy show. At the end of that 13, they fired those people and put in a guy who'd done Barney Miller, producer of the Barney Miller show. So it kept changing, and nobody could kind of settle on what they thought was just the right view for the show. So that was kind of disconcerting, but, whatever. What can you say? Yeah.
A great example of what a talented dramatic actress you can be is when you played the victim's mother in The Deliberate Stranger.
Oh, thank you for saying that. Yes, that was an interesting case in that I went down to read for a role of a secretary. And when I was down there, Marvin Chomsky, is that his name? Who's the director of that?
Marvin Chomsky, yeah.
He asked if I would read a different part, and they handed it to me and said, you go out and go sit out in the hallway and prepare, and then when you're ready, tell us, come in. And when I saw what the role was, it was a very different role than the secretary. And by the way, you don't get the whole script when you're the secretary, or any role. You only read your part. So I didn't know what the whole story was. Right? I mean, because you don't get isolated segments of it. But it was a very obviously emotionally charged scene with a mother waiting to hear of a daughter that she had been missing. And, and I think in 1 year of acting classes, when I came out here to L.A. with Salome Dent. And so I just, did the work that I had been up for 2 days, but I hadn't slept for 2 days. Literally, I had not been to bed. And just in the middle of it, I just broke down. And, I just broke down in the middle of the audition. It wasn't that hard to do. The circumstances were very emotional. And that was very hard to do, I have to tell you. I practiced bursting out crying for about 2 weeks in my car, which must have startled all the drivers driving next to me. Really, I practiced bursting out crying on cue. And then when we actually shot it, I burst out crying twice, and then I was dry. I could not cry again. I could turn away from the camera and go to the wall or, do something different, but the tears were gone. So, but they ended up using one of the takes where I did cry. So that was such a completely different experience than doing a comedy where you want to kind of keep the mood light on the set and fun, because you want it literally to feel light. In this one, I had to isolate myself from everybody, not chat with anybody, keep myself in that altered space of a mother whose child has been missing for 2 days. So I can't say that it was fun, but it was kind of rewarding. And I worked with Mark Harmon, and I knew my Pam Dauber from being in a Robert Altman movie with her. So that was nice. I like that. But
oh yeah, I've interviewed a couple other actresses that were in that movie, and they told me all the women fell in love with Mark Harmon on that movie.
Well, and I think that's the truth, by the way, about Ted Bundy too. The real killer. He was a sociopath.
Yep.
And very attractive. And I'm thankful to God that I did not come across him, because in those days he liked my type. Tall, with their hair parted down the middle, and I was his type. Ooh. I mean, really. And he would just say, you help me put some, I would have been very likely to help somebody put something in their car, and then he would grab them, pull them in. He was such an evil guy. I am rarely happy when somebody dies, but when he was put to death, I really, really was happy. He was an evil, evil force. I'm sorry, but he was.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was not a good guy. Not a good guy at all. Yeah.
Now comes A Woman's Touch.
What's that?
Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. because that's your classic line.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. I didn't even know that. Yes, and that too, that particular movie was interesting in that Tommy McLaughlin, who is the director, I believe it was his first director, and he somehow knew me from Chicago or some other work I had done.
Mm-hmm.
Asked me and his friends Whitney Ryback and Matthew Faison, the three of us he cast because we were going to, and he was going to shoot our scene first because he felt like we were pros and that we would get the movie off to a good start of being on time and on budget, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so that's the way he did it. He shot our scene first. It was shot in Georgia. When I auditioned, when I read that, this is so funny. I have to admit, I don't watch horror movies. Just not my thing.
Yeah.
And my agent said, "Would you want to audition for this thing?" It's called Phrases. And I said, "What is it?" And, it's a horror movie. And I go, something, I forget what she said. I said, "Well, do I have to die?" And she said, "Yeah." And I said, and or maybe I didn't even find out I was going to die until I got to the audition. Honestly, it all happened very, very fast. And I said to them in the interview, I said, "Well, how do I die?" Because they said, "It's a beheading." I said, "Oh, okay. If it's quick and fast." I said, "I don't do slow deaths on camera." And I'm really serious about that. I auditioned for the Chucky movie because I'm just not into that. Oh, a triple beheading? No big thing. So they were laughing about that. And then they had to make a complete body cast of us. Complete body cast.
Mm-hmm.
You had to be inside of a plaster of Paris cast from your neck to your toes.
Mm-hmm.
And then they did a separate cast molding of our head, where you had to have your head wrapped in bandages with straws out your nose. You couldn't hear or see. And I got a little claustrophobic near the end of that one. Man, they had to speed that one up for me. Interestingly enough, I think 20 years later, the same guys did my head for the Constantine movie that I did, because they made a mold of my head. But anyway, then when and I thought it was being done right here in L.A. When I found it was in Georgia, I was like, oh my God, because I had 2 young children. But we had so much fun, Matthew Faison, Whitney Ryback, and I, because when we flew down there, we flew down a day early. And then we rented a car, and we followed Sherman's March to the Sea. We stopped at Joel Handler Harris's home, where he wrote Rare Rabbit. I don't know if you know that one, but anyway, we had so much fun, the three of us together. We actually remained friends for a long. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting Alan Blumenfeld.
Right.
On that too. Yeah, the 4 of us. We all just had the best time together. The best. So, that's what it's all about. If you get to do good work and you get to have fun, and by the way, I get more fan mail from Friday the 13th than any other thing I've ever done. Maybe more than all my other stuff totaled together. Private Benjamin, I used to get a decent amount of fan mail, but probably Friday the 13th, definitely the most.
Oh my God. Yeah, those are my favorite deaths in the whole movie, are the paintballers. And I've been lucky. I've interviewed 5 people from the movie, including Tom McLaughlin's wife, Nancy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. She's a lot of fun.
I don't know Nancy.
Yeah, she is, oh my God. She's like very religious, right? And she's always talking about God, right? But like any typical Irish girl, you tell her a dirty joke, she loves you.
That's funny. Well, we despite the fact that the funny thing for me personally about Friday the 13th Part 6 is I didn't even know what I was getting into. Then I go, okay, I'll go to the interview. I'll just go to the interview. I go to the interview and I see, I'm going to die. See the people in the cast, how do I die? All right. Then I find out I have to have a complete body mold. I'm skipping the part that I fainted in that body mold. They didn't have air conditioning in the room, and I was completely encased away. And when I came to, here I am in a complete body cast, right? it was wild. And then I find I was shooting in Georgia. It's just like, oh my God. But it ended up being fun. It really was fun. I don't regret that at all. I'm not sure that I've only had a couple instances in my life where TV shows weren't fun, and I specifically recall it. And I'm actually not going to say, even if you press me, I'm not going to say which one wasn't fun. But, most of the time, of course, one makes one's own fun. You don't wait for the situation to be fun. You bring your own party, right?
Of course.
Yeah, but most of the time I've had a pretty good time, I have to say. I can't complain.
I love when you played the Amish girl on Sledge Hammer.
Oh, that was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's one of my favorite episodes.
David Rashi is my friend.
Yeah.
I who played Sledge Hammer is my friend. We were in the company together. I'd known him for years.
Yeah.
And the writer, Mert Rich, had been in the second company I was in Second City. And Mert had been one of the writers. And then Louis Arquette, who played my father, I performed with Louis for a long time in Silson. I knew all those people. And also the guy, I'm drawing a blank on his name, the guy whose show that was.
Alan Spencer.
Alan Spencer. He was very creative.
Yeah.
Very, very creative.
Genius.
Yeah, complete genius. That's a good way to put it. And Alan was a lot of fun. And David Rashi got the idea of doing that barn raising thing during our lunch hour. We were supposed to be taking a break. He goes, no, let's do this. We're like, he was such a hard worker. So we did that barn raising thing during our lunch hour.
I love the part when you two are walking together and you ask him what civilization is like, and he says, well, we have these wonderful bars where women take all their clothes off.
For a long time, I had that section of my reel, so I know that I go, our worlds are so different. Yeah, that was fun. That was one of the few times I got to kind of play a romantic part.
Yeah.
That was fun, too. Again, I know David very well, and I've done other things with David, too, by the way. There's a lot of stuff not on my resume that I do, maybe industrial films or writing jobs.
And you had the legendary Jackie Cooper directing.
Yes, and fabulous. And I used to see Jackie Cooper all the time at my hairdresser's after that. His wife, the same hairdresser as me. Yeah, and he was great too. I mean, I feel pretty lucky on a lot of those things. Yeah, Sledge Hammer was kind of a beautiful convergence of people, I think. A very, very creative people. And David Rashi was really kind of driven. Mm-hmm. David is kind of a driven person. And that he's very energetic and almost with almost a nervous energy. But I say that with love and as a good thing, because he kind of drives things forward.
Yeah.
He's always wanting to make things the best they can be. He always really cares. Sometimes to the point of maybe even being hard for other people, because he wants to make everything that he does so good. So that was fun to do.
Yeah, you made a much prettier Amish girl than Kelly McGillis.
Oh, well, you're very sweet. I don't think that's true, but it was fun. It was majorly fun. Yeah. Oh, and the guy who played the bad guy in that, Basil Hoffman, I think his name was, later played my husband in something. That's the way show business is. I mean, it's really...
Yeah, it's who knows who.
Yeah, well, it's just that your paths cross a lot. Once you've been working for a while, the world, the term 6 degrees of separation, becomes really true, because, you just start to know people. Yeah, you just start to know people. Maybe that's the best way to put it.
Any good stories from Troop Beverly Hills?
Well, again, Shelley Long was my college roommate, right? Betty Thomas and Mary Gross, I know from Second City. Dan Ziske, who played my husband in that, is from Second City. So, and of course, we shot that scene where Shelley falls into the pool. We shot that up at that mansion that Katy Perry ended up being in that big dispute with the nuns about.
Oh, yeah.
Gorgeous. Oh, my gosh. To say that's beautiful up there is an understatement. You kind of drive up at the top, there's this beautiful house, this beautiful pool overlooking the city. Oh, my goodness, that was gorgeous. One of the most fun things for me about that movie is that they kind of spared no expense on my clothes because they wanted me to look very wealthy. So the costume designer and myself said, he said, let's go shopping in Beverly Hills. Don't you love those words? And so we went to Saks Fifth Avenue, and we had to get 3 outfits, as I recall.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the movie, I bought them all from the movie. Yes, I think I bought them for half price because of what they paid for them, which meant I made no money on the movie whatsoever. But I ended up with this gorgeous wardrobe, that I used for many, many, many years, and a lot of which I still have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm not in that movie tons and tons,
Yeah.
Yeah, but, and I will say that just recently, I forgot my own daughter's birthday.
Oh.
Yeah, just like the woman in the movie. She didn't care too much.
I interviewed the director, Jeff Canoe, recently.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's trying to get back into directing. That was like his last big studio film because he had like 3 failures in a row after Revenge of the Nerds, and so now he's trying to get back into directing. He's trying to do an independent film.
Well, I think True Beverly Hills was considered a pretty big success.
Yeah, I mean it did okay. It didn't set the world on fire, but it did okay.
Well, when I saw it, I remember. Well, I won't tell you everything I thought about it, but one of the things I once was on an airplane, and they were showing it,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of men watched it who normally would never have gone out to see it in a movie theater, right?
Yeah.
And they all had their earphones. They were just falling over that movie. It was so funny to be up in the air, have it showing on the airplane, and have these guys just dying over it. So and a lot of people still talk about that movie. I think it's stylized and it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I think it's quite successful.
Yeah, it's a good movie. You did one of the earliest episodes of Family Matters.
Is that the one where it was called The Quilt?
Yeah, I love that episode.
I do too. I thought that was just great.
You have that teased curly 80s hair in it.
Yes, that's my hair, all right. Yeah, that was fun because it was actually kind of moving. And she comes back and asks me for the quilt. And, and I think I said no initially, and then maybe later on I can't remember. But one of my favorite stories about that, I hope this isn't offensive, but...
Nothing offends me.
No, yeah, but I don't know if this is a podcast. I don't know. But I was speaking to my husband's step-aunt,
Mm-hmm.
and who lived not too far from me at the time, and I said, I just shot something. She was that's what I said. I just shot something on an all-black show called Family Matters. And she said, oh, did you have to be black too? Honest to God. Oh, no, you see, they have a lot of people in LA who are black who are great actors. I didn't. But she was really completely serious, too, when I said it was an all-black show.
Oh, my God.
And Ryan, she's completely serious. That's why I said some people might be offended by that, but I thought it was just an outrageous question.
Yeah, when Laura breaks down and cries at the art gallery, oh my God, I mean, your character is all about money, but you like have this look like you're surprised at yourself for having empathy. It's so great. And it's so real and natural. I love it.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. That one I like too. I'm kind of proud of it. Well, we've been talking for an hour. Don't you think that's enough? You don't need to hear any more about my life. More about your life. And then I'm going to go take a nap before I've got to go out.
Okay, couple quick things, Ann. Harold Ramis named the character Ned Ryerson after you in Groundhog Day.
Well, guess what? He didn't. I finally got to ask Harold that later on. I hadn't seen Harold for a long time. I finally got to talk with him, and I said, Harold, by any chance, did you put that in because of me? And he said, no, Ann, that actually script came to me with that name already in it, and I liked the name, so I kept it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, no, and Stephen Tobolonsky played that character. When I remember that somebody else had kind of accused Harold, that's the best way to use, of taking their name and using their name in a movie. So maybe he was like protecting himself, but I wouldn't have cared, you know what I mean? I would have been probably flattered, but he said, no, Ann, he said, believe it or not, so whoever gave him the original script for Groundhog Day, that name was already in there.
Okay.
Now, who knows where that person got the name from, but anyway, that is the story, because I thought for sure he'd done it after me. Oh, there you go, he didn't.
So you didn't originate the whistling belly button trick.
No, I did not.
Because you were in Jason Lives, do you ever get invited to horror conventions?
Well, I have. I don't go to them. One time I was at Monsterpalooza, actually, for a different reason. And
I go every year.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Well, my friends have helped start that, Monsterpalooza. So some people recognize me, and I have my picture taken with them. But no, I don't go to them. I'm sorry, I don't believe in selling my pictures for money. It just doesn't interest me. It just doesn't interest me. And no, that just doesn't interest me. I'm sorry.
Wow.
And I'm sorry to those people. I don't mean to offend or put down those people who do it, because
it's just not your thing.
It's just not my thing. It's just not my thing.
Oh, that's understandable.
Yeah, I'm kind of busy because I'm a competitive tennis player. I play on teams all over. I'm playing in matches all the time, and I have limited time, and I have to use my time how I think it's best. Yeah.
Do you have any upcoming projects that you'd like to plug?
Well, I just finished doing a play at Theater 40 in Beverly Hills, and right now, no. I did a fabulous show last year for Verizon's Go 90 channel, and then Verizon closed down their Go 90 streaming network, and the show died on the I don't know whatever happened. It's so weird. I just wrote to somebody and asked them about that just today. It's funny. So I don't at this moment. And I'm so happy not to. Oh my God, I worked so hard on that. I just did 2 shows, kind of variety shows. I was in them singing, dancing, doing comedy sketches, and then I just was in a play. And right now I am tired, and I'm really tired, and I need to rest. So I haven't got anything on the horizon right now, but that doesn't mean that I won't have something.
Well, Ann, I thank you so much for your time. This was such a dream, and
you're so sweet.
I hope when I get to move to LA, I see you around. And
well, where are you now?
I live in Redding, California.
Oh, Redding, sure. That's where my son-in-law's from.
Yeah. And
pretty area. I like Redding.
It's a little boring. I moved down here to help my mom pay the rent. I'm originally from San Francisco. And but I'm planning on moving to LA soon, and when I do, I hope I see you around.
Oh, you're sweet, darling. Well, you got to come to some of the comedy clubs, and I'll tell you where to go, because there's lots of fun places to go. It's the Fanatic Salon is the best place to see all the big improvisers. Fanatic Salon.
Mm-hmm.
Sawtell at Venice Boulevard. All the ex-Second City people are there. I'm telling you, it's the place.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I go to the Comedy Store and stuff and all the comedy clubs when I'm down there because I do stand-up and stuff.
That's fun. Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, I hope I see you.
I hope I see you too, Ann. I like you as a person even more than your work, and I appreciate your time. God bless you, and have a great day.
Same to you, and thank you to you for helping out your mom.
Oh,
Very nice. That's kind of you too. It really is. That's good.
Thank you.
Right.
I try.
Thank you, Tommy.
Okay.
Bye, sweetheart.
Bye-bye, Ann.
Bye, honey. Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, there you have it. Ann Ryerson. Ain't she a sweetheart? Oh, she really, really surprised me. She is a sweet lady, and I'm glad I got to talk to her today. A very great example of every once in a while you should meet your idols. If you like this video, everyone, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Add me as a friend on Facebook. Join my Tommy Kovac comedian page on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram and all that fun stuff. Well, that's all the time we have this week on Splat from the Past. Until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying, there's no shame in living in the past, because the present sucks. Later, dudes!